Shekhar, hey, congratulations for What's Love Got to Do with It.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, so I'm familiar with your older work, the historical dramas of Elizabeth and Four Feathers, but what initially drew you to directing this project?
Because it was about real people. I've never done anything contemporary in the West. I've done contemporary stuff back home in India. And I'd never attempted a contemporary film. I like creating my own world. So I suddenly saw this script and I said, it's very contemporary. In fact, so contemporary that I wanted to do it. I wanted to do a film because I've been wondering, the fact that love and intimacy is a primary human emotion. Intimacy from the time we're born, we put on our mother's breast, and by the time we die, we want to hold somebody's hand. Now, when the internet takes over, social media takes over, and what you have is dating apps, how do you relate that need for intimacy and that need for love in your dating apps? Are you finding it? Are you not finding it? Are you not looking for it? So for me, I was very fascinated by Zoe, the character, who's addicted to dating apps. And the fact that in her life and her, in her, the uncertainty that she has over who to date, who not to date, where to find love, not to find love, which is a very modern problem. But it was reflected against a man that she knew when they were kids, who seems to know exactly what to do, who seems to have accepted that actually the answer lies in no choice. And she said, what do you mean, answer lies in no choice? It's very relevant when you think about it. That like the one line that I love in the film, that when I read it was like, so you see, you're going to get married without having sex with the person? He says, yeah. He says, how do you know it'll work? How do you know sex will work? It's very real. Everybody must have thought about that. Everybody. Even in a date, you say, okay, come home with me. The first thing is, will the sex work? Will it not work? It's so relevant, and you're doing it all the time. You're putting yourself through that. So I wanted to actually deal with a character like Zoe. It's a sociological thing right now, and that's why I wanted to do it.
Most excellent. Have you done romance type of stories before?
Well, there's no film in the world that doesn't have a bit of romance in it.
That's true. That's true.
Completely romantic film that is purely romantic, no. But then this film is not purely romantic either. This film has so many other layers. I would have preferred to call it a family drama, actually, if you ask me. But, it's a rom-com, romantic comedy. To me, it's it's family drama more than a romantic comedy, I would say. And no, I've not done a film that is absolutely given to the idea of romance. And there's a very good reason for it. Because to me, if romance is love, and if romance is intimacy, it's a mystery. Yeah. And the day you say, well, I know it's a romantic film, I know how this ends, like, a lot of rom-coms do, when they run to the railway station or to the airplane or the airport, and then suddenly they find each other, and it's all hands up. I can almost predict the music, in that. And I say, well, that's not the truth. The truth is that love is a mystery and should remain a mystery and will always be a mystery. Nobody's going to be able to define love. They can define who they're with, but they can't define love. And love is a yearning and a longing. So even when you say, oh, I'm looking for my soulmate, is that over? No. How do you know it's your soulmate? You don't, because it's still mysterious. It's still yearning and longing. And they say, oh, I'm done. No, the yearning and longing is over. Well, then the relationship is over. So, I find it very difficult to say just romantic, because the way they end and the way the thing, as if that's the one person that you're looking for that seems to define your being.
Mm-hmm. Now, tell us about recreating the Pakistani wedding. What was it all filmed in? Was it a lot of it filmed in Pakistan?
No, well, it's out of the bag. No, I didn't go to Pakistan. No, to Pakistan. The only thing was we had somebody shoot something like they do is second unit street shots. Yeah. In Pakistan. None of the main crew went to Pakistan, and so I can let you into a little secret that even if that drives people to see the film, it's great that I did Golden Age, the second Elizabeth, and I did the execution of Mary of Scots. Very Because I remember telling Samantha Morton, my instructions to her was, she doesn't think she's going to execution. She thinks she's going to her wedding. She thinks she's going to get married to Jesus, and that's her attitude. And let's shoot it like that. So I shot this in a 12th century church in the middle of London. We used the same church to show exterior Knights of Lahore.
Oh,
And you would look at that, look at that. It's just the magic of cinema, just the sheer magic of cinema that works. That whole scene of Rahat Fateh Ali Khan, the Sufi singer, singing, and Zoe and Kaz coming and listening to it, and Zoe being completely affected by her singing. That's, by the way, a real, very world's most popular singer right now, the Sufi singer. And it was all in that church. It was like as if it's like they had crossed into Knights of Pakistan with street vendors and things. It's the magic of cinema.
you have to love the magic of cinema. Now, tell us about
You're frozen? Okay, sorry, you froze. Now you're okay.
Okay, I was asking is how do you develop the chemistry between Lily James and Shazad for this film?
Now a lot of people say because they know that they were friends, but if you're best friends, it's very difficult to go onto the screen and start kissing. You know, it's make this. You're not this. You have a relationship for a long time. But I did use a lot of ideas from how they were together. For example, one day I called them and they were sort of going through, we were supposed to do rehearsal. I said, let's do our rehearsals online. I said, what are you guys doing? They're saying, oh, we're playing table tennis. I said, so who's better? They both said, I'm better. I can beat him. So what I did was when we came back to the production office, I set up a table tennis table and then I started to rehearse so many scenes with them playing table tennis because they both love playing table tennis. Then that one scene, it's in the film, where they actually are playing table tennis. And I remember everybody saying, but Shekhar, nobody plays table tennis at that part of the time, in that part of the world, in that part of London. I said, no, and this is what we do. And, so I used their friendship in that also. But how was it? Your question was, how do I open them up? Actually, that's a job of a director. What's what directors do, right? My life depends on my actors. And I work very hard on actors trusting me to reveal themselves. And once they reveal themselves, that I can encourage them to find those characters and the relationship, because now I know them, they know me. I know the buttons I need to push. I know Shahzad's relationship with his brother, with his mother. I know Lily's relationships. I know all of that. And we be intimate with each other. And through that intimacy, you drive your characters in the way that they feel that they would want to be also. A lot depends on how they feel. I rely a lot on actors' instincts once the character becomes them or they become the character. So once I know that Zoe is Lily is Zoe, then I know that Lily will do what, or as Zoe, Lily will do as she thinks Zoe would do. And I'm looking for it, searching for that. Say, oh yeah, that's interesting. I never thought of that. That works.
Most excellent. Well, let me wrap it up with one more question, and this could be real fast, is do you think arranged marriages work?
I've seen the book, but then what is assisted arranged marriages? I've seen them not work. I think that all over the world we have arranged marriages. We just don't call them arranged. That's all. When in New York and my friends, they're always saying, oh man, he's such a nice guy, but he doesn't have a girlfriend and she's so lonely. She's so nice. Let's put them in a blind date together. Tell me what's not arranged about that, or what's not arranged in my big fat Greek wedding or Crazy Rich Asians or any culture in any form. It doesn't have to be parents only. It's like people are constantly trying to arrange each other's marriage. Constantly. It seems to be an obsession in every culture.
That's an excellent answer. That's a great perspective. Well, Shekhar, thank you very much for carrying this conversation for What's Love Got to Do with It. Appreciate it. And hopefully we get to do this again.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.